Welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add Autobidder to a pop-up rather than adding it inline to a standard website page. So I'll just go preview here, click the instant estimate, show you how it currently is set up. This is just a demo site. This isn't a live site or anything. This is a demo for epoxy flooring. So you see here, just give it a second to load. We've got residential epoxy flooring, industrial epoxy flooring, right? You've got your standard form where you've got the different options. That's all pretty basic, so now let's dive into how we would set this up into a pop-up. So I'm going to head back over to the home page, and what I'm going to do is connect this button to a pop-up. So first, before I do that though, we're going to click Pages, and you'll see the pop-up section right here. Just click Pop-up, click New Pop-up, make a blank one, and I'm just going to call this Autobidder. You can name it anything you want. I mean, if you're building your website, you might have dozens of different pop-ups, so you may want to give them a name, but just something you'll remember. Now it's going to give you a standard pop-up here, and what we're going to do is, what I like to do at least, is I'm going to right click and I'm going to click add a blank section, and it's going to add a blank section right here. Then I'm going to delete this section with all of the content in it. Then I'm going to delete this column, and then I'm going to come over to widgets, grab the HTML widget, drop it in right here, and then we're just going to paste in our code right there. Again, give it a second to load. Now the really important thing here is the formatting, right? Everything we've done to this point is pretty easy and straightforward. Anyone could do it. Where it gets a little complicated is the formatting. So you want to make that pop up as big as you can. Really, you just don't want it to scroll. You don't want it to be scrolling when it initially opens, because the iframe, the Autobidder form itself, is scrollable. So if you have a scrollable within a scrollable, you can really destroy the experience. So now I'm going to see if I can delete this right here. Okay, cool. That gives us a little bit more space. Sweet. Now, if you want, you can also, maybe just for fun, I might try to, let's see if I cut this. In fact, what I would probably like to do is actually make this a blur effect. And I might actually do that. But to start, let's just make it a little bit transparent. And then, okay, now that we've got that looking good, the yellow color and brown color is set within the Autobidder tool. So what we're in right now is the website editor, so we can't control that here. But I'm happy with that color. I like how that looks. So give this another second to reload here. Okay, cool. So now the next thing is go to mobile. Mobile is definitely most important. Make sure that it looks good on there. Stretch it out. Honestly, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, now what we're going to do, well, also let's check tablet. Tablet's not really as important. Oops, getting a phone call. Potential spam. Okay, nice. All right, let's see here now. We're going to go back to pages, click home. Right here where it says get an instant quote, or any button that you want to attach it to, I'm just going to click here. We're going to click manage button. We're going to select pop-up, and we're going to choose that Autobidder one that we just created. All right, now let's head over to the desktop view, click preview, and just see how it looks. So we'll click on get instant quote. Now you can see here the form's going to pop up. Now I don't have any videos or anything here, so it doesn't look as cool as your traditional form, but select a few services, and now you can see it's scrollable within the pop-up. Now it's important that you make sure your pop-up is not scrollable, because if the pop-up scrolls, it can really be a bad experience, like I was mentioning earlier. And in this case, that window is a little bit small, so you might want to expand it out. That's pretty straightforward. You can just head back over to the pop-ups tab, click on Autobidder, and I'm just going to drag this down a bit more just to give it a bit more of a window to work with. And I also want to clear that padding. Yeah, we've got about 4%, so let's cut that. And then same thing with the pop-up itself. I want to clear the padding as much as possible. Looks like that's already cleared. Okay, check this one. Okay, now we're going to check this just briefly. Make sure there's no margin or padding. Okay, and then cool. Now let's head back over to the page again and test it. Now I can't, well, I was going to say I can't really test it on mobile in this video because I'm screen recording, but I'm still going to, I'll test this. Anytime I make an edit to a website on mobile or on desktop, I always check it on my mobile phone as well, because sometimes it'll look a little bit different on your phone than it looks right here. And in fact, it looks like we don't actually have a button right here, so let me just go ahead and drag one in that says get instant price. And then we're going to, again, just connect this to the pop-up. All right, now let's click out of that. Click something else. And then let's go ahead and click preview. Click get instant price. And now you can see what the pop-up looks like on mobile. Now, like I said, I always recommend test this on your mobile device as well, because it's still loading into a computer, so it's still going to look a little bit different. The dimensions are going to be a bit different. And it's also going to vary based on your phone too. So just make sure you check this on your phone and make sure that it looks good on there as well. I don't typically like, well, and actually here, let me head back over to that. It looks like we need to clear some padding to make that a bit wider. I was about to say, the pop-up method is not my preferred method, but some people, based on the UI of your site, maybe you like that style more. I like to, give people options, and I'm not saying there's one right way to do it necessarily. Not my preferred way, but like I said, it's not a bad way. Okay, so there you go. I cleared the padding a little bit more, and I think one other thing I would do too, personally, is just add a little bit more roundness to the border radius. Try to match it a little bit more to the Autobidder form. And that's it, guys. It's pretty straightforward. It's just like adding it to any other part of the site. It's just a little bit different. You have to format it a bit, but other than that, works basically the same. So let me go ahead and preview it now. I'm going to go through the entire form and just make sure that the whole form looks good. So let me head back over here quick. Click preview. Again, click instant price. Okay, you can see it's loading. Let's just say residential. Let's say we've got an area of 500 feet. I'm not going to test the measure map tool right now. Let's say we want stand. Let's go flake because that's pretty common. Let's say it's minor cracks. Let's say no moisture mitigation. Let's say it's a garage. All right. That's going to meet my name. And I'm only asking for this basic information. I don't even think I have phone number required turned on. So boom. Okay, we can see our pricing. I don't have tax turned on either, so it's not showing any tax. There's no discounts turned on. So this is very, very simple. All right. And other than, yeah, it's looking pretty good. So yeah, that's all there is to it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.